The midsurface panel is opened from the menu bar. The midsurface is created to see the automatically created midsurface. With the original geometry removed, the automatically generated midsurface is visible. Some areas that were not well defined in the automatic midsurface generation produce gaps. After returning to the Auto Midsurface subpanel, the previously generated midsurface is deleted. Before a new midsurface is created, the extraction options are used to turn on the Allow Rerun option. A new option is added to the panel, which allows the Rerun option to be set. The Prepare Rerun option creates the collapsed lines to be reviewed for the midsurface. After zooming out and selecting the surface, the midsurface is extracted. The collapsed lines component is created by the Prepare for Rerun option. Collapsed lines take the two vertices and combine them into a single target on the midsurface in this example. The Assign Target subpanel is used to view the fillet points and their extraction into the midsurface. After selecting a surface in the midsurface, the collapsed edge took the two vertices and combined them into a same target point on the midsurface. After zooming into an area that needs to be edited and returning to the Auto Midsurface subpanel, the Rerun option is now set to Do Rerun. With the option set, the Edit Collapsed Lines subpanel is available. Lines that are not collapsed but should be can now be selected in the subpanel. The Review button is used to review the point projections for a selected surface. The projections show the points creating a gap in the midsurface. With the Lines to Collapse selector active, the line to collapse is selected on the model. Once selected, the line is collapsed so the gap in the midsurface will be filled. Additional lines, if necessary, are collapsed to fill the gap. The midsurface is now extracted to see the results of the collapsed lines. The gap is now filled by collapsing the vertices to a single target. The second gap can be filled by collapsing additional lines on the geometry. The lines to collapse are selected on the geometry. The lines are collapsed to set the point projections. Additional lines are selected to complete the edit of the point projections. The lines are collapsed for the feature. The final line is selected on the geometry. The line is collapsed for the feature. The new midsurface can now be extracted from the geometry. With the geometry and collapsed lines turned off, the midsurface is visible. Due to geometry on the other side of the midsurface, there is a bad spot in the geometry. The final midsurface is visible after editing the collapsed lines on the opposite side.